Welcome to the channel. We will dive deep into strategies and insights that can transform not just your business, but your life. Today, we will talk about a book packed with practical advice you can apply immediately. Whether you're trying to win over a client, rally your team around a project, or persuade your friends to try something new. It's called Yes, 50 Scientifically Proven Ways to Be Persuasive by Noah Goldstein, Steve Martin, and Robert Cialdini. Now, you might think persuasion is all about business, but let me tell you, this book has something for everyone. Whether you're navigating social situations, trying to influence at work, or just want to be more persuasive in everyday life, the principles in this book are like having a toolkit for effective communication. I'll break down the main points for you, and trust me, you'll see how these can benefit every area of your life. The power of scarcity. Ever noticed how a product seems more desirable when it's almost out of stock? That's scarcity at work. For instance, instead of saying, "Operators are standing by," try, "If the line is busy, call again." It makes people think everyone else is snapping up the product, so they should too. You can use this in everyday life by creating a sense of urgency around any decision you need people to make. 2. Herd mentality with a personal twist. We all want to be part of the crowd, but adding a personal touch makes it even more powerful. A hotel saw a 33% increase in towel recycling when they told guests that the previous occupants of their room had reused towels. Apply this by making your persuasive messages personal. If you want to influence someone, reference something specific to them. 3. Don't reinforce negative behavior. Here's an important one. Don't make the mistake of normalizing bad behavior by mentioning how common it is. In one experiment, a sign that said many people were stealing wood from a park actually increased theft. In life, focus on positive reinforcement to guide behavior in the right direction. 4. Avoid the magnetic middle. When you compare people's behavior to an average, you risk pulling them towards that average. Instead, praise those who are already doing well to keep them on track. For example, if someone is saving energy, acknowledge that rather than telling them they're just average. This encourages continued good behavior. 5. Limit choices to reduce stress. We think more options are better, but too many choices can overwhelm people. A retirement plan with fewer options had a higher sign-up rate than one with more. Simplify choices in your own life and for others to make decisions easier and more satisfying. 6. Freebies can devalue your offer. Giving something away for free can sometimes make it less desirable. If you attach a gift to a product, it might make the product seem less valuable. Be mindful of how you offer promotions or incentives. 7. Use high prices to your advantage. Introducing a premium version of your product can make the standard version seem like a great deal. This works in personal finance too. Sometimes spending a bit more makes you appreciate the simpler things. 8. Fear-based messaging needs specifics. If you're using fear to motivate action, make sure to provide a clear way to avoid the danger. This was proven when more people got vaccinated against tetanus after being given detailed instructions on how to do so. 9. The reciprocity principle. Giving someone a small gift or favor makes them more likely to do something for you in return. This could be as simple as bringing coffee to a meeting if you want colleagues to be more receptive to your ideas. 10. Personal touches make a difference. A handwritten note on a post-it can dramatically increase the response rate to a request. The same goes for personalized service in any context. It shows you've taken extra effort, which people appreciate. 11. Personalized service boosts tips. When waiters give a mint with the bill, tips go up. But when they give 1 mint, walk away, then turn back and give another mint, tips increase even more. This shows how small gestures of thoughtfulness can have a big impact. 12th, no strings attached. More impact. If you tell someone you've already done something positive because you trust them to reciprocate, they're more likely to follow through. This approach works wonders in building trust and goodwill. 13. The value of favors changes over time. The person who does a favor tends to value it more over time, while the person who received it values it less. Remember this in relationships. Acknowledge favors regularly to maintain a positive balance. 14. Start small to achieve big results. Getting someone to agree to a small request first makes them more likely to agree to a larger one later. This is great for building momentum in negotiations or commitments. 15. Labeling can drive behavior. If you tell someone they're the kind of person who is likely to do something positive, they're more likely to live up to that label. This is useful in motivating others, whether it's encouraging a child to study or a colleague to take initiative. 16. Asking for reasons boosts commitment. When people are asked why they're going to do something, they become more committed to that action. Next time you're trying to secure a commitment, ask why it's important to the person. This solidifies their intention. 17. Write it down. Getting people to write down their commitments increases the likelihood they'll follow through. Use this technique for your own goals or when asking others to commit to something important. 18. Changing circumstances, changing minds. It's easier to get people to change their opinion if you acknowledge that their previous choice was valid under different circumstances. This allows them to switch viewpoints without feeling inconsistent. 19. Sometimes, just ask for help. Asking someone for help can make them feel more positively towards you. Even if it's something small, it can build goodwill and strengthen relationships. Even a penny helps. When asking for donations or small favors, saying "even a penny helps" can significantly increase response rates. This lowers the barrier for participation and makes people more likely to contribute. 21. Lower prices can drive up bids. Starting with a lower price in auctions can lead to higher final bids. This works because people become more invested in the bidding process. It's a good strategy in negotiations too. Start low to engage the other party. 22nd. Introduce credentials. Indirectly. Rather than boasting about your own credentials, have someone else introduce them. This can be done subtly, like in an introduction or a bio, to build trust without seeming arrogant. 23rd. Being the smartest can backfire. Sometimes being the most knowledgeable person in the room can stifle innovation, encourage diverse perspectives, and be open to ideas from others. 24. Dissent strengthens leadership. Leaders who welcome and even seek out dissenting opinions are generally more respected and have stronger teams. This openness to different viewpoints fosters a culture of innovation and trust. 25. Negative examples. Stick better. People remember mistakes more than successes. This is useful in teaching and coaching. Highlighting what not to do can sometimes be more effective than focusing on the right way. 26. Admit your flaws. Acknowledging negatives up front can make you more credible. If you're selling a product or idea, admitting its downsides can build trust and open the door to discussing its benefits. 27th, turn negatives into positives. Spinning a negative into a positive helps people reframe the situation. For example, a restaurant with limited parking can be seen as cozy and exclusive. It's all about perspective. 28. Own your mistakes. Admitting when you're wrong can actually increase trust. It shows that you're honest and willing to take responsibility, which are key traits of effective leadership. 29. Similarities. Boost response rates. People are more likely to respond positively to someone they perceive as similar to them. This could be in how you communicate, shared interests, or even just your name. 30. Names matter. People are drawn to careers in places that resemble their names, like dentists named Dennis. This is known as implicit egotism. Use this insight when naming products or businesses. 31. Verbalizing increases connection. Repeating what someone has said can make them feel heard and understood. This technique, known as mirroring, can improve relationships and increase your influence. 32. A smile isn't everything. A smile alone isn't enough. Authenticity matters. Combine a smile with genuine interest and engagement to create a positive impression. 33rd. Scarcity creates urgency. People value things more when they're about to disappear. This is why sales of discontinued products often surge. Use scarcity to create urgency in any context. 34. The power of nostalgia. When people feel like something familiar is going away, they tend to cling to it, even if the new version is objectively better. This is a powerful force in consumer behavior and brand loyalty. 35. The magic word, because. Adding because to your requests makes them more persuasive, even if the reason is obvious. This works because people like to have a rationale for their actions, no matter how simple. 36. Don't overload with reasons. Asking someone to come up with too many reasons can backfire. If it's hard to think of many, they might decide against the choice altogether. Keep it simple. One strong reason can be more effective than 10 weak ones. 37. Easy to pronounce names. Win stocks with easier to pronounce names tend to perform better. This reflects a broader principle. People prefer things that are familiar and easy to process. Consider this when naming anything from products to presentations. 38. Rhymes are more persuasive. Phrases that rhyme are seen as more truthful and memorable. This is why catchy slogans work so well in advertising. Incorporate rhymes to make your messages stick. 39. The power of context. The amount of information people want depends on the context. In some situations, more detail is better, while in others, less is more. Tailor your communication to fit the audience's needs. 40. Start loyalty programs with a boost. People are more likely to stay engaged with a loyalty program if they start with a few points already in the bank. This gives them a sense of progress and increases their commitment. 41st. Abstract names create engagement. Giving abstract names to products or features encourages people to think more deeply about them, creating a stronger connection. This works well in marketing and branding. 42. Brand recognition is crucial. Even the best ads can fail if people don't remember the brand behind them. Always make sure your brand is front and center in any marketing effort. 43rd. Mirrors encourage honesty. When people see themselves in a mirror, they're more likely to act ethically. This is because mirrors increase self-awareness. Use this in situations where you want to encourage honesty and integrity. 44th. Negative emotions influence spending. Sad or anxious people tend to spend more money. This is an important consideration in both personal finance and marketing. Understanding emotions can help you make better financial decisions or more effective ads. 45. Tired minds are more persuadable. People are more receptive to persuasion when they're tired. This is why late-night infomercials are so effective. If you need to persuade someone, timing can be just as important as the message itself. 46. Caffeine boosts. Receptivity. Caffeine makes people more receptive to strong arguments. If you're presenting a case, offering coffee beforehand might actually improve your chances of success. 47th. Face-to-face beats. digital, personal interactions are more effective than digital communication for resolving conflicts or building relationships. Whenever possible, meet in person to make a stronger impact. 48th, cultural differences matter. Persuasion techniques don't always translate across cultures. What works in one country might not work in another, so be mindful of cultural differences in communication styles and values. 49th, commitment levels vary by culture. In some cultures, people are more likely to follow through on commitments than in others. Understanding this can help you tailor your approach when working with international teams or clients. 50. The personal touch matters more. In some cultures, in countries like Japan, personal interaction is crucial. Voicemail might not work as well because it lacks the nuances of a face-to-face conversation. Always consider the cultural context in communication. And there you have it, 50 scientifically proven ways to be more persuasive. Whether you're in business, managing relationships, or just trying to get through your day, these tips can help you become more effective in every aspect of life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.